Hi guys, my name is Francisco, and this is one of our members, Kevin. So we started this job Brew Robotics Club about a couple of months ago.
February.
Yeah, in February. And we have about 20 members now. So the robot that we're going to be showing today is pretty much if a CNC and a 3D printer had a kid, right? And so they came up with this. This is a drawing robot. How many? Sorry. Yeah. So what it does is all right. So yeah. So what I'm doing is pretty much it's pretty much a CNC with the pen on it. So what I'm doing, I'm getting a picture and putting it in the G code, and eventually the robot will start sketching whatever we put on the G code. I don't know if you guys can see it from the top. Okay, I can move it around. I don't know if you guys can see it. Right there. And it's actually pretty good. We printed out some portraits. They look pretty detailed. So we're actually using AxiDraw's open source platform to code this. So yeah, any questions?
It's a Marlin, right?
Huh?
It's a Marlin. It's a software.
We're using Inkscape. Yeah. So what we do in Inkscape, we drag in a picture there, and then we transform it into G code, send it to the board, and eventually it will start drawing the robot.
What software board runs?
The board is I believe it's called Ivy board. It's by my AxiDraw.
Do you have open source directions?
Well, actually, I got the directions from the AxiDraw website.
Yeah.
We just did some customization because based on its size. Yeah. So we had to make some adjustments.
Super fun. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
I see Big Red has made his way to the center aisle here. Osman.
Nice. Wow.
I see. Thank you. Thank you. Kevin and Francisco, ladies and gentlemen. Osman.
Yeah.
Big Red.
So this is my robot named Red, obviously.
Award-winning
A
robot.
two-wheel balancing robot. That's my favorite kind of robot to make. Hello. Yeah, I built it a few years ago for a competition for Servo City, and it did pretty well in the competition. And it's been copied a couple other times by Servo City. They've used it in some of their promotional materials. So there you go.
Taylor Alexander with Reboot.love. Woo!
Okay.
Rover.
So this is Rover. See if that's not conductive. Okay. Okay. This is Rover. Rover weighs about 30 pounds. It's a four-wheel drive off-road robot that I made. It's all totally 3D printed. It's also all totally open source. It's CC0 licensed, which means no copyright. You can do anything you want with it. It's designed in Onshape, which is a cloud-based program, so you can even use it in Linux, which is another thing I like. It's four-wheel drive, like I said. It's got big brushless motors in every wheel, and then a 3D printed planetary gearbox. Been designing the planetary gearboxes for a while now. They work really well. Still working out some of the longevity issues with them, but hoping that this new version of the gearboxes I got together last night will be better. All the code runs in Python. The motor controllers that I use are called the VESC, which is also open source. There's a CAN bus communications going from the Python to the motor controllers at 1 kilohertz to do control. And the fun demo that I learned it can do is this one right here. Also, it's speed limited to. Let's see. I cut the speed in half recently. It was software limited before, and I cut that in half. So it could go at least twice as fast, maybe faster, but I'm trying to not wear out the gearboxes so fast. Oh, and then my website, reboot.love, is if you're a board engineer and you want to make something that's really useful, I'm trying to basically use my board time to have fun and learn new things while also making things that I hope will be useful for people. And so the idea is if you can make something that's totally open source that people can make in a small shop with just a $1,000 3D printer like this one, then the goal is to try to make robots that can do economically productive work. So you buy a $1,000 machine and kits and use your own skill and experience to make robots that can then go do something productive. And I'm going to use this to develop a camera-based navigation system.
Taylor Alexander, ladies and
Thank you.
gentlemen. Sean, ladies and gentlemen. Watch out now. Careful, careful. Look out.
I built the upper body of a robot.
Stand back, heavy lifting.
The arm mechanically works, and it could theoretically pick up 5-ish pounds. Mechanically works. The software does not work. I just plugged in a servo tester, and all the joints work very well. I was working on the head. It's printing at home right now, and I was hoping to bring it in, but it is not done yet. So
Very fun.
yes, everything is 3D printed except the body, which is CNC.
We do this again in August and October. How convenient.
Yes.
Very nice. Thank you. Michael Limble, come on down. You owe it to yourself. Everybody. Yeah, you got, yeah, careful, careful. Yeah. Very dumb. Michael Wimble, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll try something dangerous. Actually, I need to.
The whole thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Just a couple minutes here.
Dun, dun,
I'm gonna try code that was written seconds ago.
I'm sure it'll work.
Of course. What could possibly go wrong?
you guys watch out over there.
Okay. This won't take too long if it works. Burns or falls in the ocean or so forth. So this is Lysander. Most of you haven't seen any of the robots I've built. Show them on Facebook and show them to friends and so forth. I have 3 robots in development. The Sirius robot is a wheelchair-sized robot. I'm trying to make a personal assistive robot, and this is not going to do what I expected to do, so I'll just kill it here.
Phase 1.
So it's called Lysander because the original task it was designed to do is to wake up and fall in love with the first thing that it saw. And so it followed me around the house for days on end here. It has on it, for those who care, you could buy this yourself for $20,000. It has on the front a thing called the Euclid box from Intel. It has 4 cameras in it. Stereo camera system. These things sticking out on the edge are time of flight sensors. They use the detect table edges. There are sonar sensors that aren't hooked up but are placed on the board. Has a small teensy computer that manages all the sensors. Sends data to the upboard, which is the monster AI engine on this thing. The intermediate robot that I have has an AI engine on it from NVIDIA, the TX2 that I won in a contest, pretty sweet. And the large one, so ultimately I'm going to build a personal assistive robot. Why? Because if you were here a few months ago, you saw that the chart about the number of people that are under 6 years of age in this country, in the world, is going down. And the number of people that are over 65 is increasing exponentially. And we are at the inflection point where there will be fewer people to serve the old farts like me than there are young snots to serve them.
What's your line?
So I'm building the robot that will take care of me when I'm old. And this is by way of incremental experiments to get to that point. That's enough.
Okay, what other special robots do we have out there? Clayton, come on down.
My name's Clayton. It's my first time here. This is my first little foray into the two-wheel drive robot. Bought the chassis online and stuck an Arduino on it. It doesn't do much, but hopefully I wrote an Android app that'll just translate Xbox controller controls. I don't have that one tonight, but it has an ultrasonic sensor on the front, so I can turn on my motor controller and just have it drive until it sees something, it'll stop, and then you can turn it, and that's just guessing, right? Drive for a second or whatever. And yeah, just, yeah, so that's what it is.
Yeah.
Special robots? I've got one. This is Rodney Jr. Rodney Jr. is an experiment in machine intelligence. I'm going to run him 3 times and that's it. There aren't any other robots out here, right? All right. So you guys need to bring more robots or you're going to get the machine intelligence lecture again. In a differential drive system, there are only 2 patterns with any magnitude or displacement, and that is forward or reverse. You pass that around. Everything else pretty much just goes around a point. And so Rodney here has been programmed to learn the only 2 motion patterns that have any displacement, forward and reverse, okay? He uses this little Roomba stall detector to detect motion. I've got a emitter detector. So the rule is as long as the little wheel's moving, the robot's happy. When it's not moving, he's not happy, okay? And so with 8 possible motion patterns, including stop, if you want to call that a motion pattern, the only 2 with any magnitude or displacement are forward and reverse. So the robot, David Heischman in How to Build Your Own Self-Programming Robot, 1978, enumerated 3 levels of machine intelligence, alpha, beta, and gamma. Alpha is trying random things to find successful responses. Beta uses memory, and then gamma generalizes those experiences to environments not yet experienced. So basically the robot wants to go forward and reverse, the only 2 motion patterns that have any magnitude or displacement. I know this is rather contrived, but I'm going to switch him on. I'm going to only give myself 3 chances. I love machine intelligence demos. They're always so great. And so here, he'll do random things to try and learn to go forward and backwards. That's alpha. Then once he's in a motion pattern and discovers a response that is successful, he remembers that. When he's in that motion pattern again and he stalls, he tries the previous successful response. If it continues to be successful, he increments the confidence level. If not, it decrements the confidence level. In the gamma model, 1 level up, before the robot learns in memory to go forward and backwards, when he's in a motion pattern and calls the stall condition, he'll try other high confidence level responses before reverting to random responses. So here you see the robot. He's doing I'm going to interpret this. He's doing a particular response where he goes, okay, backwards, and okay. It's not that he's going forwards and backwards, it's that he's learned to go forwards and backwards. Let me try it one more time. You got to sit through 3 of these, okay? You don't bring enough robots, you get the machine intelligence stuff, okay? So alpha, trying random stuff to learn forward and backward. In beta, when it learns forward, when it learns a response from a particular pattern, it remembers that in increments and decrements its probability. And then finally in gamma, when it's in a motion pattern for which it has no response, it tries other high confidence level responses before reverting to beta. Now what does this mean? It doesn't mean anything unless you've got the right relevance quotient. Again, this is relatively contrived where the example is very simple, just going forward and backwards. Now this one is messed up. I get 1 more try. There it comes. This is alpha. This is alpha. This is random, and he'll eventually learn forward or reverse from 1 motion pattern. The trick is actually learning reverse from forward or forward from reverse. And so there you have it. Machine intelligence. Thank you very much. Okay. everybody for coming out tonight. This has been the best HPRC challenge so far, and looking forward to more better ones in the future. I especially want to thank everybody who participated. Keep in mind, we do this again in August and October, another opportunity to create. So sign up on the mailing list. Osman, you got anything? We're good? Thank you very much.